What's up, SRL fans, and welcome back to another review video. This time we're gonna have a look back at the Monaco Grand Prix, the classic race that took place last Saturday. So let's have a look at how the race went, probably the most anticipated race of the season. So let's have a look at the qualifying results. Not surprisingly, it was the favorite going to this race, Francis McGinn, taking pole position 97,000 of a seconds ahead of his teammate and championship rival Vasilis Petitsiotis. Then was Sandro Doulis, Luke Smith in P4, reserve driver for Williams this race. Then it's Nick van Gelder, René van der Stap, Dion Stahl, Ken Weston Edwards. In ninth, it's Fons van Hoyten out qualifying his teammate Jorge Correa, who's in P10. Then it's Louis Quinlan making a return as a reserve driver just outside the top 10 in P11. So 5 red lights are out, and away we go for the fourth race at Monaco in the SRL history for season 4, round 12. Nothing really big going on at the start. Everything was really clean, surprisingly. Only thing that really happened was Luke Smith getting by Sandro Doulis for P3, so the Greek is now down in P4, but at the front were the two Force Indians leading the way ahead of the rest of the field. So no big incidents, nothing really happened at the start. That was really surprising, coming off some carnage in the previous rounds of the season. But that changed on lap 15 when Sandro Doulis was right behind the Williams of Luke Smith, trying to make a move. And Luke Smith went into the wall, no chance for Doulis to avoid him, and Sandro Doulis spun and lost 2 positions, and Luke Smith had to pit for a new front wing. That incident was actually caused by desync because Luke Smith felt a hit from Doulis, even though Doulis was far behind. So going on lap 22, Francis McGinn, who stayed out longer than his teammate Vasilis Petitsiotis, now in the pits. He lost the lead now because he stayed out longer while Vasilis Petitsiotis was out there on fresh tires, so he made up a lot of time, and now Vasilis Petitsiotis in a really comfortable lead here at the Monaco Grand Prix, while Francis McGinn has a lot of time to make up now. But it was already on lap 26 where Francis McGinn was forced to pit again for another new front wing. So that's not optimal for a championship leader here, who was really looking forward for this race since he bottled it last season, and now it's not looking very good for him. So his win chances are basically gone now. He has to fight for a podium now as Nick van Gelder goes by. And I think also Sandro Doulis will get by the Red Bull driver. Force India driver, my bad, sorry. Yeah, here we can see it. Sandro Doulis goes by him. And now Francis McGinn has to get by his championship rival Sandro Doulis in the Ferrari. But here we can see already on lap 35 now, Francis McGinn forced to pit for another new front wing. So this is really going downhill now for the Force India driver, who was looking forward to this race. But yeah, that's him going down the order. He's now back into P5 ahead of Luke Smith. But coming on to that 36, a lap later, Francis McGinn actually retired of the session. He crashed his Force India, and that's a really big deal for the point standings now, as we can see Vasilis Petitsiotis, his teammate, going on to win his 3rd race of the season around Monaco. So he will be really proud of that. And that puts him right back into the championship fight. Remember, he was a bit behind the top 3 of Doulis. Van Gelder and McGinn was the championship leader coming into this race, so he's closing that gap. It was Vasilis Petitsiotis winning by a really big margin ahead of Nick van Gelder. Then it was René van der Stap who had a battle with Doulis in the closing laps, who finished P4. Damage limitation for him and Luke Smith, who had an incident, who comes home P5. Then it's Ken Weston Edwards in P6, Dion Stahl, Colin Higgins taking some nice points home in P8. Then it's Ivan Brito, Francis McGinn actually still scores a point because Jorge Correa, Tim Hofnagel, Louis Quinlan, Van Daniel, and Fons van Hoyten retired just before he did. So that's the Monaco Grand Prix done. That mixed up the championship, actually. Look at those top 5, really close together. It's Francis McGinn leading the way, 1 point ahead of Nick van Gelder. Behind them, it's another 4 points behind them. It's Vasilis Petitsiotis in P3. Then it's Sandro Doulis, also not far behind. And also not far behind is Rene van der Stap. Then it's Lewis Marsh, who's obviously out of the league. Then it's Dion Stahl, Ken Weston Edwards, yes, Bellin and Bart Kudelda missed this race. Luke Smith making a jump into P11. Then it's Samuel Brandt, who also missed this round, the season 1 champion around Monaco. Then it's Jorge Carrera, Sam van Elven, Fons van Neukirchen, Tim Hofnagel. Jurma Rusic also missed this round in that position. And those are the Constructors' Championship. It's still Racing Point Force India leading the way by a huge margin ahead of Scuderia Ferrari. Then it's Red Bull Racing, Haas, Renault, Williams, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, McLaren, Scuderia Toro Rosso, and Loss with 10 points. So the team standings is not at all interesting as the driver standings are, because that is going on now. So going into Hungary, it's going to be tomorrow. Not tomorrow, it's going to be on Saturday. But look at the start time, 5 p.m. UK time, so make sure you tune in. We're going to be live on YouTube. Unusual starting time, but remember it. So leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on Saturday around Hungary. Goodbye.